Hi
Hello,
Fatima, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm very well,
I
thank you.
like this look better than what I saw on the trail, actually. You're not as scary.
Thank
You're
you.
very handsome, very good looking. So, my
Perfect.
first question. So, you play a really sinister character in Shaitaan. What possessed you, pun intended, to play such a character?
So Fatima, not just sinister, I think this is one of the most evil characters that I've ever come across in my life. He is downright evil. That would be the word for it. So, I've been in the industry now for close to 30 years. I started on television almost in 1994. And so to be reinventing myself at this stage and doing roles that I've never done before and hoping to find expressions on my face that I've never seen before itself is a blessing and a challenge. And so that's what, if somebody else was going to take the risk and, cast me as that, and I was going to give it all I have to make sure that I give it my best shot and see if I can convince people that evil is part of me too.
Well, so far, I'm totally convinced after watching the trailer. And I'm so glad to see you like this. But I heard that you even spooked your wife out after she watched the trailer. Is that true?
Yeah, Fatima, it's amazing. You should know that. So I'll tell you what. So Sarita and I share the stories of all my scripts, and she likes to hear it when we go for our walks together, husband and wife time. So, so I remember talking about Shaitan's story, and at that time the title wasn't even Shaitan; it was still being discussed and debated. And I remember Sarita telling me, "Wait, wait, wait, wait! Can you keep looking in front and not look at me while you tell the story?" I'm like, "Why?" She says, "No, I don't like the look in your eyes." I'm like, "What?" Then I like to say it with a lot of expressions and feeling and acting it out a little bit. And she said, "I in this story, I don't want you to act. I don't want you to modulate your voice. I don't want to show off your acting skills. Just bloody tell me the story, okay? I can't walk with you like this if you keep looking at me." So I'm like, "Sarita, are you seriously that unnerved?" And she said, "You have no idea how unnerving and frightening you look at this point of time in this evening light." So I wasn't expecting that sort of a reaction from her actually.
Wow, you must have done such a good job, obviously, to spook somebody
Exactly.
out that's so close to you.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
remember seeing the trailer. She saw the trailer and she told Vikas, "You're making me sleep beside this guy."
Bless. Now, obviously, in the film, you've got a face-off with Ajay Devgan. Now, you've never normally played. I mean, you've played negative characters before, but not at this kind of level. So I'm just trying to imagine what those scenes must have been like while you were trying to, portray what we've seen so far in the trailer on set. What was it like filming with Ajay and getting into this kind of really devilish character?
A great question, Fatima. Actually, now that you've asked me, I'm forced to explore those feelings, and I'm gonna tell you right now that I just realized that when Ajay and I were on set, it was all about telling the story correctly. There was no power equation of what we were offset.
Hmm.
He's obviously a superstar, and so sometimes the reverence you have for the person ends up showing on the screen as well. Like how it did in Three Idiots, we were all in awe of Amir, and you could make out that we are in awe of Amir in real life as well. But over here, I had to be evil, and I had to be nasty, and I had to be overpowering, and I need to be more powerful than him. Actually bite into the scenes when I can. Ajay made it so much easier for me to do that. A lot of people can take offense and give you an attitude which tells you, like, hey, remember who you are and who I am, kind of stuff. But Ajay's ability to make sure that the scene was the one that was the biggest hero on set was brilliant. And so I could literally spread my wings and do what I want. And that's exactly what I did.
Wow, because you're right. When you're playing, like, I mean, some of the characters that you've played is more on friendship, the one that you described with Amir, for example. And then obviously you are friends, I believe, with Ajay Devgan sir as well. So to
Yeah.
do this kind of really negative and the face off between you two is really physical as well in quite a lot of the
Yeah.
little bits that we've seen. So it makes it even more intriguing in terms of how you actually did that on set.
Yeah. And you know what? It had to be brutal. It had to
Mhm.
be like two people facing each other off and fighting for life, and it was awesome. It was awesome, really, really awesome.
Fantastic. Now, the film obviously is about supernatural beings or black magic even, and obviously we come from a community or a culture that does believe in this kind of stuff. Do you believe in it? And have you had any experiences?
I do believe that people are capable of irrational behavior because of being brainwashed. Okay. And whether it is supernatural, whether it is conditioning, or whether it's black magic is anybody's guess. But I do believe that perfectly normal people with perfectly normal lives suddenly have the ability to become irrational in their behavior. And you can't quite figure out why they would behave like that. If you remember, a few years ago, we had this app on social media called Blue Whale, which was, influencing teenagers to harm themselves. And, and this is just an app. Now imagine being in front of an actual person who has as much influence on you. And it's not such a far out concept. Social media is the biggest influencer and, a mind grabber, and capable of making you behave irrationally simply because of the way they think, the way they present things on social media for you. So what happens if somebody does become such influenced in such a manner and then behave irrationally, so much so that they're actually ready to harm the family? What would you do? That is what the crux of the situation is, and I think a very interesting equation to pursue.
No, definitely. You're literally days away now from the release of the film, and it's probably one of your most challenging and I would say daring as well roles. How do you feel as it gets closer to the release date?
I'm literally defining nervousness for myself on a completely different level. I have never been so nervous. I enjoyed the film, I enjoyed shooting it, I enjoyed playing it, but I did not expect such a big chain to be tied to my neck just before the release of the film. And I'm very nervous, actually.
Wow. Well, we'd like to wish you all the best. I'm definitely really looking forward to watching this one, especially because I've not seen you ever do anything like this before. I don't think, like you said, you haven't actually done anything, attempted this before. So for that reason alone, I'm really excited for you and wish you all the best. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Fatima, you're very kind. Thank you. And I hope your blessings come in a good steed for me, because I need all of that.
For sure. Definitely. Take care. All the best.
You too. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.